Hi everybody, welcome back to this video series. In this video, I'm going to show everybody, men and women, how you can calculate your macros to build muscle, right? Also known as bulking. So let's get straight into it. Now, it's the same methodology as the previous video where we calculated your macros to cut fat. It's pretty much the same methodology, just the calculations are a little bit different, but the workflow is exactly the same. So let's get straight into it. Now we're going to start with protein first, then we're going to go to fat and calculate the macro for fat, and then the rest of your calories are going to be given to carbohydrate. So if we go straight into this right now, on your screen, you'll see that we are calculating protein at 0.8 grams per pound of body weight per day. So if you have a look at that, it's just a matter of just following through using my example to calculate your own numbers. So 0.8 multiplied by 202 pounds is about 160 grams of protein every day. Now, you don't need much more than that. People think that, if you want to build all this muscle, you need to have all this protein. Not true. You're just wasting it, right? If you have any more than about 1.8 grams per pound of body weight per day in protein, you are wasting. I know so many guys that will have 1.2, 1.5 grams of protein every day in protein to build all this muscle. You don't need that. In the scientific literature, there's so many papers out there which, when they do their studies on participants and building muscle mass, it's never usually more than 0.8 to 0.9 grams of protein per day, 0.8 to 0.9 grams per pound of body weight per day to build muscle. So why consume more protein than what you need? You're just wasting your money. So 0.8 multiplied by 202 is 161, okay? And then we're going to calculate fat. So how much fat do you need? Now, as you can see, we are taking more fat than what we require for our cut. So we'll be a little bit more lenient with that. And in this case, I've put it down as 0.35 grams per pound of body weight per day. Just to interrupt myself, actually, if you want any explanations on why I set things the way I do, I go into a lot more detail in meal planning mastery. This is just like a quick crash course kind of thing. In the meal planning mastery course, I talk about calculating macros from a percentages point of view. So 40% protein, 40% carb, and 20% fat. The numbers are approximately match up, but this is just another way of getting to your destination. There's no perfect right way. This is just another way of doing it. So I'm sharing you this strategy here, and I have one that's slightly different in meal planning mastery. But why I reference meal planning mastery is I talk more about the fundamentals of, setting protein a certain way, carb a certain way, and, that kind of thing. So if you want more of the science and that kind of stuff, go to meal planning mastery. Otherwise, if you don't care, you just want to calculate your macros, then you come to the right place. So 0.35 grams per pound of body weight per day is going to be your fat calculation. So 0.35 multiplied by 202 pounds, you'll use your own example, works out to be 70 grams of fat that I'll have every day. Now, remember, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So if I need 70 grams of fat every day, then how many calories is that? 70 multiplied by 9. And that gives me 636 calories. Right, so similar here, 646, 636 calories. Then the remainder of those calories are going to go to carbohydrate. Now let's go to the next slide. Now remember, 3465 is my target calories that I calculated back over here. If you remember, 3465 is the number of calories that I need to consume every day, not 3 times a week, not when I feel like it, but every day, to put my body into a calorie surplus to build muscle. Remember, I also need to go to the gym or go somewhere and lift heavy weights. Otherwise, I'm just going to put on a bunch of fat. So 3,465 calories is my calorie target, which breaks down into these macronutrients. So 3465, subtract protein, 646 calories, subtract fat, 636 calories, gives me 2,183 calories. So 2,183 calories is how many calories I'm going to be giving to carbohydrate. As you can see, that's a lot of calories for carbs, which is why if you have a look on your screen, I've calculated that in grams, it works to be 545 grams of carbohydrate every day. That's a lot. And it may not be the end of it. As I said to you guys before, that these numbers are a starting place. And if you hit a plateau, you might need to add 100 calories and then, add a bit more carb. Or if it's, if you're really struggling to take in more carbohydrate, you might need to bump up your fat a little bit because fat's more energy dense. I talk more about this in Meal Planning Mastery. So we've calculated, to summarize this, our calorie target is 3,465 calories, which breaks down into our macros, protein, carbohydrate, fat, of 161 grams of protein, 545 grams of carb, and 70 grams of fat. That is it. So I have my macros, my 3 macros, and my calorie target for bulking. And I have, on the previous slide, I have my 3 macros and my calorie target for cutting. So if we have a look, 3,465 calories for a bulk, to start our bulk, remember, versus 2,200 calories, that's just over 1,000 calories different between our cut and our bulk. So that's all there is to it, really. And then what you'll do is you'll take those 4 numbers and then punch them into My Net Diary, MyFitnessPal, so whatever application you want to use, or you can use spreadsheets. So we'll talk more about that in the next few videos. So if you have any questions about this process, please reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to help you answer those questions and get to the bottom of it. And you guys have this. You guys got this. If you're not sure, just maybe watch the video again. Otherwise, reach out to me. We're more than happy to help you guys out. You guys rock. Keep going. You're doing well. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you for watching.